Today I will be discussing forecasting and trend lines within Tableau. I have already uploaded my dataset from Excel, so we are here in Tableau with a blank sheet. To build a forecast in Tableau, we need to choose a category with at least one date interval and any other category that we want to track using those dates. I will start by choosing our date interval by pulling date of hire into our row section, and then employee satisfaction into the column section. Here, the graph comes up showing employee satisfaction over the years that we have data on. So if we go to the Analysis tab, hover over Forecast, we can hit Show Forecast. This will show our actual forecast up here and the estimated forecast down here. From here, we can go back to the Analysis tab, go back to Forecast, and then Forecast Options. When this window opens, we can choose Forecast Length, Source Data, and Forecast Model. So starting with Forecast Length, it is automatically showing the next 2 years, but we can change it to exactly or until, and using years or whatever interval is needed. Going down to source data, we can aggregate by using years, which is automatic, or in this drop-down menu, we can pick quarters, months, so on. We can also choose to ignore the last year or however many years is needed, or even 0. In the forecast model, we can use the standard, which is automatic, or we can choose automatic without seasonality or custom. The difference between automatic model and the seasonality model is that the automatic model will show data that has trends and possibly has a seasonal pattern, and automatic without seasonality will just show an exponential smoothing model of the data that may have a trend. Next, we can choose a prediction interval if needed, or have it hidden by checking this box. And then in this box down here, it will give a brief description of the options that we choose and which parts of the data that will be used to create the forecast. For this example, I will keep everything standard, so we can hit OK. And this is what the graph looks like. So if we go back to the Analysis tab and go back to Forecasting and show forecasting options again, if we wanted to not hide any years, we could choose 0, hit OK, and then the graph will expand to show all years. We can make various edits, including adding intentions to stay to this label category, and this will give a numeric value for how many employees are satisfied for that year. We could also scroll back up and go to Department and add it to the label category, but as we see over here, it says no forecast. So if we hover over this, it will say the time series is too short to forecast. So if we just pull this back over here, we will have a more accurate description of the data. We can also add a trend line by going back to the Analysis tab, hovering over trend line, and then hit Show Trend Lines. So we can hover over each of these, and it will show the R-squared value and the p-value for each. We could also flip this data by going back to Analysis and hitting Swap Rows and Columns so that we have a different view of the graph. Everything is the same, it is just in a different format. Thank you for watching, and I hope this tutorial was helpful.